Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're digging into a vulnerability that strikes right at the heart of modern cloud infrastructure, Microsoft's identity service, Entra ID.
And this is the number that really made everyone sit up and pay attention. 9.3 out of 10. You know, in the world of cybersecurity, a CVSS score this high means one thing, and one thing only: critical. This is a vulnerability we absolutely have to understand, even though, spoiler alert, a fix is already in place.
All right, let's get into it. First, we'll break down what this flaw actually is. Then we'll deconstruct that scary 9.3 score. After that, we'll look at the attack itself and its potential impact, and finally, we'll cover how Microsoft handled it.
So, what exactly is this vulnerability that was discovered lurking inside one of the most widely used identity platforms on the planet?
Its official name is CVE 2026-24305, and it's classified as an elevation of privilege vulnerability. Now, in plain English, that just means an attacker could use this flaw to get permissions they should never, ever have. And because this is an Entra ID, the system that manages who you are and what you can access, that could be the keys to an entire organization's kingdom.
Okay, now for the fun part. How do we actually get to that 9.3 score? Let's peel back the layers and look at the technical DNA of this thing.
You know, for any security pro, this table tells a pretty chilling story. Let's walk through it. Attack vector, network. That means an attacker can launch this from anywhere on the internet. Attack complexity, low, so it's not hard to pull off. Privileges required, none. The attacker doesn't even need an account to start. And user interaction, none. No need to trick someone into clicking a bad link. It's the perfect storm of accessibility for an attacker.
And that's really the crucial point here. It's this combination. When an attacker can hit you from anywhere in the world, doesn't need any special access to get started, and the exploit itself is simple, well, you've got a recipe for a really, really dangerous situation. That's exactly why this score is so incredibly high.
And the root cause? It all comes down to this fundamental bug: improper authorization. The system simply wasn't checking permissions correctly. It completely failed to ask that basic question: hey, are you actually allowed to do that? And that single failure, that's the open door for an attacker.
So with that in mind, let's look at a realistic attack scenario. What could an attacker really do with this vulnerability?
Like we just established, the preconditions for this attack are, well, basically non-existent. An attacker just needs a target and an internet connection. That's literally it. There are no complicated hoops to jump through, which makes the pool of potential attackers just massive.
And the attack path itself is just terrifyingly direct. Step 1, find a target. Step 2, run the exploit against that authorization flaw. Step 3, boom, you now have elevated privileges. In just a few moments, an unauthenticated outsider could potentially become an insider with some serious power. This is where the damage just completely explodes. See, compromising Entra ID isn't just about stealing user accounts. It's about everything that trusts Entra ID. We're talking virtual machines, databases, storage accounts, entire applications. Gaining control of the identity layer could literally mean an attacker gets control of your entire cloud infrastructure.
Okay, so with a threat this severe, how is it stopped? And maybe more importantly, what can we all take away from this whole thing? This right here is probably the single most important sentence from Microsoft's entire advisory. No customer action is required. That means, before most of us even knew this vulnerability existed, Microsoft had already fixed it. And this really shows a key advantage of a centrally managed cloud service. Microsoft was able to deploy what's called a service-side mitigation. They applied the fix directly to their own infrastructure, so there are no patches for customers to download, no servers to update, no frantic weekend maintenance. Just like that, every single Entra ID user was protected, transparently and universally. So, to wrap it all up, a critical, super easily exploitable flaw was found in the very heart of Microsoft's cloud. But because it was a cloud service, the provider was able to fix it for everyone before it could be widely abused. It's a powerful, real-world reminder that in the cloud, identity truly is the new security perimeter.
And that leaves us with a final thought. This whole incident really highlights just how deeply we rely on cloud providers to secure their own platforms. I mean, it worked out this time, which is great. But it does beg the question, how do we verify and trust the foundational systems our entire digital world is built on? That's a huge conversation we all need to keep having about the future of cloud security.